Today, it's time to get schooled. And speaking of today, did you know that on this day, July 6th, 1957, Paul McCartney met John Lennon for the first time? Paul was 15 when he first met the 16-year-old John, who was playing with the Quarrymen at a church garden party in Liverpool. The Quarrymen were a band made up of fellow high schoolers. McCartney was with his friend, Ivan Vaughan. After a brief introduction, Paul was up on stage jamming a medley of Little Richard tunes. John picked up the music quickly and sang confidently like any lead could. John knew Paul would be an excellent addition to their band. Paul joined the Quarrymen. As bandmates changed and the boys studied at the Liverpool College of Art, Paul and John imagined they needed a new name for their band. They settled on Johnny and the Moondogs. Later, as a tribute to Buddy Holly and the Crickets, the band settled on the Beatles. I guess you can say, with a little help from my friends, Paul and John got along just fine. What seems to be the powerful lesson of this little tale is that you never know who you might meet when talking to strangers. The beginning of all lasting and true friendships is extending a nicety to someone unknown. Did you know Mark Twain and Helen Keller were friends? Although quite a bit older than Keller, the famous author and humorist Twain convinced his suitors to take care of Helen's education. J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis were thick as thieves, both writing two of the classic fantasy tales of the 20th century. How about the unlikely friendship between Frank Sinatra and John F. Kennedy? Arthur Conan Doyle and Harry Houdini were friends. This, despite often engaging in fierce debates over the spirit world. Doyle often attended seances and the like, while Houdini spent his career trying to expose such supernatural silliness. Love the words of Helen Keller. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the dark. Thanks, friend. Psst, it's Prologue with Mr. Review. It's a podcast that is actively digging tons of earth to find an ounce of gold, striving for a more perfect union.